Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final night of the ARMA Team League Season 4 Top 8. With you here tonight is Veggie and Cheese once again.
Hey.
Good evening, good evening. Before we get underway here, again, just as normal, we'll go through the standings and where things sit. We have 2 games tonight, so we have a pretty direct idea of how things are gonna sort of proceed from here. So the top 4, is obviously being 4th or above. Right now, that goal is Puritan Double Reach of 133.6 points. So we'll be looking to have teams that are below that, obviously try and score that amount over the next 2 games. So
Yeah, if we look at
gone.
what happened yesterday, I guess Richie Fingers just didn't care about any of the other teams. It just kept getting first. We saw Order of the Sparrow unfortunately take 2 fourths. They lost 100 points and dropped from, I think they were 3rd or 4th, down to quite a low 5th, about 60 points below the cutoff. But a lot of the other teams sort of flipped on both games. Like if they got a first one game, then they got a 4th, or if they got a 4th, they got a 1st. Didn't shift that much.
Yeah, exactly right. So apart from Richie Fingers, who just sort of hoarded all the points for themselves, everyone sort of had to scramble to pick up what was remaining, and Order of the Sparrow losing a bit of their momentum, as you said, which leaves us with a pretty interesting final night. Eurosun, but better as well, even 8th. They're not technically out of it, but even with like 200-point games, they're looking for other results to go their ways. But yeah, everyone's still in with a shot here, so.
Time to go Yakuman fishing.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll have a more clear idea after the first game, sort of how things are lying. So we'll get into it. The very first game we'll be watching here is Table 2, with Richie Fingers written Double Reach, Order of the Sparrow, and Crimson Wanderers. So realistically, we're looking at a game with 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Taking Richie Fingers out of it, who are more than safe with their lead. And then after that, we'll be watching the first game, which will have the 1st, 4th, 5th, and 8th placed teams facing off. That'll be likely where the most exciting action will be in the last game.
At least between those 2 teams in 4th and 5th.
Yes, that'll be where we're looking for to see the most interesting outcome. Of course, this is broken once again because it always does, despite me checking it before stream. There we go. So give me a moment. I'll quickly update the seating.
Yep, we have Nikuman from Crimson Wanderers in the East seat, Fresky from Richie Fingers in South seat, Wildstar from 310 Double Richie in the West seat, and CK Cos from Order of the Sparrow in the North seat. Like we spoke about yesterday, I think it's good for CK Cos to be in the North seat. Currently behind Crimson Wanderers and 310 Double Richie. So hopefully they can have a strong last dealership if they're behind going into South 4.
Yeah, that's right. It gives them that little bit of a chance to they can run up the score and so on. So games all got underway on time. It looks like tonight, so we should be. Our game did. The other game did not. But we should be underway here in the next 2 minutes or so. So let me quickly pause the music and be underway momentarily. So we're starting with the Crimson Wanderers. They are up in 3rd. Ideally, you'd think they're safe, but obviously, 2 big 4ths can have them drop down to a spot that's definitely vulnerable.
I think even 1/4 might be quite bad. I think if they don't get a 4th in either of these 2 games, they really should be fine. So time to go back to Tenho playstyle.
Yeah, 4th avoidance, that's it, yeah. just avoiding eating the last.
Obviously, two-thirds might also be bad, but they can reevaluate going into the last Hanchan because um, all the teams will get to see the scores as they are after these set of Hanchans before the last Hanchan start.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be really interesting to see how things settle after this Hanchan, because that'll definitely shift things around a fair bit going into the last game since the scores are so close. But yes, underway. First here with Nikiman, Crimson Wanderers. Pretty.
Pandora, pretty chanterish hand.
Yeah, it's very
Very
chanterish looking.
chanterish.
Yeah. We've got the one so pair, the 9-man pair. We've got the Dora, the 1 pin.
Nice 8 draw there for Frisky. Filling in that Kanchan has a pair of Hakus as well. No one else with a Haku in their hand.
Not at the moment, no. But yeah, they'll definitely obviously be looking to probably open, unless they just happen to draw what they need.
Wildstar with 2 completed Mentu, 1 Arca, and the rest of the tiles are connected. So they can build off this quite quickly. It looks like they might even want to move towards a Tanyao with that 9 so drop.
Yeah, it does seem that way. So we might see the 9-8-man Penchan come out shortly as well.
And CK Cos also with a Tanyao looking hand and an Arca as well.
Yeah, CK Cos's hand started fairly well. A lot of connected tiles. The Arca, as you said, will be going a long way to up the value of their hand. Could possibly even wind up with a Nipeka in that shape. Yeah, look at Nikiman's hand here. It might actually end up going Chitoy.
They did end up cutting the 2-man earlier from their 2-2-3.
Ah, that is, yeah. Probably hoping to try and find, yeah, like you said, the Chanter. And, you know, sort of confirming the 2-3-man Riaman shape. But now, might regret it. 6 is a nice find here for CK Cos, filling in that Kanchan as well.
Oh, and now up to 5 pairs for Nikuman.
Yeah, it's definitely going to end up Chitoy, I think, at this stage. Unless you decide to open.
Nine-man draw for CK Cos puts him into Ishan 10.
Ishan 10 can accept a Dora if they do find one. The Aka 5-man obviously confirmed. Good chances
Also
here.
offered to Wildstar, but does not take it.
Wildstar technically inching closer to Orion Peiko Tempai, but a little bit of work to do to get that.
Or Sanshoku.
Yeah, or Sanshoku, yeah. Very nice shapes.
Probably not with that 3 draw now. Is technically Ishan 10 with Kanchan. Drops a Haku, which Frisky should on.
Yep.
And he does.
Tempai, no, Ishan 10 for Frisky now. Ooh.
Better Ishan 10 for Wildstar. Aka 5-man can't be used by CK Cos, so he lets it go. 3 draw for Nikuman is pretty interesting. Yeah, gives up on the Chitoy, goes Ishan 10 for that. Actually, no, still 2 Shan 10 actually.
2 Shan 10 for the Chanta hand.
Yeah.
Tempai.
Oh, 5-man is a nice draw. Gives Wildstar the Pinfu.
Yep.
And reaches it. Will she take the 4-7 or the 3-6 pin? Wait, takes the 3-6 pin. 6 pin is the Sanshoku. And unfortunately, she sees 3 of them from her point of view. And the last one, as we can see, is in CK Cos's hand.
Yeah, unlikely to come out.
3 pin fits into Frisky's hand, putting him into Tempai. Would have to drop a 7-man, which is not safe.
It's not safe. That chooses to go with the 4 pin. So I might see them try to Mawashi here into a fold.
So 3 6 pins, actually just a 1 3 pin left in the wall. Unfortunate for Wildstar, not taking the 4-7 pin weight would have been parts simmered.
Ah, no. Would have been.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been a delicious Ipatsumo. Yeah, 2 of the 3 pins got drawn immediately in the part 2 turn, which is somewhat unfortunate.
It looks like Nikuman's the only one who has any chance of getting Tempai. The other 2 players pretty much folding.
Yeah, unwilling to push the unsafe tiles with their hands a little bit too far from Tempai, a little bit too low value.
Ooh, Nikuman can cheat here for K10. And does.
No.
7 mana is safe, so they managed to keep their Tempai as a dealer, which is nice of them.
Yep. Really good. Two Tempai, Wildstar, and Nikuman both Tempai here at Ryukoku. So we will go into East 1, Home 1. Here we go again. And Nikuman, another pretty straightforward hand.
Yep, just hope to fill in those penchants, basically, or at least upgrade them. Frisky with a Hatsu pair, 1 Dora, and a Anko 4-man. Also can easily build off.
Yeah. Again, has the option to open to speed the hand up, or you can just build naturally. The other,
TK Cos with 2 completed shapes and a pair of their North seat.
yeah, it's got potential. Definitely to go towards at least a quick Tempai. Nikuman
Well, look at these draws here.
Yeah.
Ishan 10 does not take the widest weight by dropping like a 9-man.
Yeah, well.
Would have been Tempai.
Well. Yeah, Wildstar. Oh, yeah.
There you have it.
Dealer Richie waiting on the Freeman Penchan. 2 left in the wall. Wildstar's is a little bit loose. At the moment, at least, so to see, but yeah, Sikiko's also finding Tempa here. Shabo on the North 9 pin.
Yeah, I was gonna say that 3-man might come out from Wildstar if her hand progressed, because there's really not much information coming from Nikuman, but with another Riichi, you might just have to just play those terminals and hope they don't deal in.
Yeah. That's probably the case. I'll probably see the 9 So's next.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Nothing else here is any good, so.
Oh, 9 pin comes out, deals in CK Cos, Riichi Dora, at least it wasn't to pay.
Yep. Saved a little bit of points here. Just 2.6.
2,600.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does take us now to Frisky's first dealership. Obviously, Richie Fingers not in a position where they need to fight for survival here, but will take the points that they are given.
Nice base to work with. Nice 5-suit draw as well. One Arca, really decent shapes in the rest of his hand.
Plenty to work off here for Frisky. Wildstar as well. The Sozo obviously has the big good chances.
Yeah, Arca and Dora acceptance.
CK Cos a fair bit away. Has had to throw away a bunch of honor tiles and still has a few awkward blocks to work for here.
And also not even any value.
Yeah, very unfortunate hand here for CK Cos. Maybe you can find Dora and connect it to these 6 months, but yeah, it's going to be a bit rough.
Nice 4-pin draw there for Wildstar. Lets her use that Arca 5-pin in her hand.
Yes. The Princess shape's coming along very nicely.
2-man draw is Ishan 10 for Nikuman.
8-pin first. Two-pin here for Nikuman would be interesting.
Probably will just take the 1 4-pin weight. Unless he wants the Dharma for like the Sanshoku.
Yeah, that'd be
Which
the
he might.
question. Yeah.
8-pin draw for Wildstar, puts her into Ishan 10.
Hand was still headless, so this does help. Still hoping to fill the Penchan. It's the big linchpin of the hand still for Wildstar.
Okay, nice key Ishan 10 for Nikuman. Unfortunately, he dropped the 9-man on turn 2. But I guess even if he draws a 4-man, can't be too upset with a 3-10 Sunmenchan.
No, I think it's pretty standard to take a Sunmenchan weight. Still got decent odds to sumo.
The 7-man, I guess it's Dora. So you probably also take that, even though the weight's worse.
Speaking of 7-mans, we've only seen one so far. Yeah, that's a good draw for Frisky.
Yeah, Ishan 10. CK Cos still needs some help and still hasn't found any value.
Yeah.
Ooh, 3-pin draw is really nice for Nikuman. Gets the Sunmenchan on the 2-5-4 pin.
Not the most usual Sunmenchan you see. But decent odds here.
6-pin gives the wide Ishan 10 for Wildstar, but it doesn't matter because Nikuman just Putz Sumo's the 5-pin. For each Putz Sumo Pinfu Dora.
No Ura. So it will remain Mangan. But
didn't hit the 2-pin.
Yeah. Nice pickup for Nikuman here. Up to 30,000 points. Our first obvious leader. And we go into Wildstar's first dealership here. She wakes up with a pair of the Ton. Some pretty good shapes to work around here.
Jowser in the chat saying plus 850 is such an insane score, referencing Ichirichi Fingers' team score. The rules we are playing with do give a lot of points when you come first. It's not just the amount of points that you win, but even then 850 is still a lot of points for this rule set.
Ichirichi Fingers had a very strong season for, a 30-game season. I think they basically got like less than first or second, like a total of maybe 5 times. Yeah. It was quite insane.
Okay, Ton did manage to get pawned by Wildstar. Also picked up an Arca, so it's actually Rianmin, Ishan 10 for 5,800.
Yeah, no, it's a good start here for Wildstar's dealership. This is not tempo.
But CK Cos has Dora 4 at the moment. Calling again now, Ishan 10 for Tanya Dora 4.
Yep, full steam ahead here for CK Cos with the 2 Arco and the 2 Dora. Just slipping the hand down to Tanya and yeah, pretty straightforward. Have to see if they choose to take a 2-so if it's offered. Some people do that.
Probably not a bad idea. You bump it up to a Hanuman.
Yeah.
Maybe not now when you have a Rianmin.
Yeah.
Ishan 10. Yeah, with Nikuman and Frisky, it's pretty scary with a dealer showing double Ton and the other person showing 2 Arca.
Yes.
Both the players don't have any 2-sos in their hand. Oh, and Frisky, picked up the Haku Anko, and CK Cos did manage to get Tenpai.
Completely missed the Sanshoku here, that's crazy.
Oh, and the 4-pin did deal in the Sanshoku. Yeah, because CK Cos managed to upgrade with the 5-man and then draw the 4-man for the 4-5-6 Sanshoku.
So yeah, Sanshoku Dora for Tanya.
Yep.
Yeah, for open Hanuman. Very strong pickup.
CK Cos' dealership here might move towards the Chinitsu. Does have 4 pairs in the Manzu as well.
Yeah, this is obviously something you like to see. Is the question. Doesn't call it. Obviously, would make things a little bit awkward with the shapes you do have to call the 8-man there, but...
I think you'd rather just call a 1-man, 3-man or 4-man instead than the nice upper Manzu shape you have.
Yeah.
But Nikuman in front of us has 2 Arca and pretty decent shapes as well, so
Yeah,
can easily spoil CK Coz's hand.
yeah, Nikiman definitely poised to play spoiler.
Actually, Wildstar also has a nice hand. Has the North Anko of her seat win, but no pair for now, but can easily get one.
Easily find one. Lots of hanging shapes here for Wildstar, and the Sun Menchan and the Manzu very strong. There you go. There's the pair.
There's a pair.
Yep.
Ranman Salman Chan Ishanten.
So yeah, CK Cos here. So Faz for now 1 Manzu tile, holding onto the Dora, and sort of hasn't really been willing to throw away this Pinzu shape.
Yeah, I think with the lone Dora and drawing that 5th pair in the 7 pin, they're pretty straight on going for that Cheetoy.
Cheetoy, yeah.
A2 draw for Wildstar lets her switch her pair and gives acceptance to the Tuso Dora, which is nice.
Yep. Okay, and CK Cos accepting the extra 1 man, keeping the Cheetoy open, but here's the Tempai from Wildstar.
Oh, and there's the
here's
Tempai for CK Cos.
Yeah. Dharma on the 6 pin, and Wildstar on the 2-5 so, which is fairly live. 1, 2,
3 left.
3 left, yeah.
It was 5 left when she reached, but Tuso got drawn immediately.
Yeah. Tuso by CK Cos and Tuso by Frisky.
It's really awkward here for CK Cos. You kind of wish you had a better tanking than the 6 pin, but 6 pin isn't safe either. At least with the 9 pin drop from Wildstar now, it's slightly more safe if you want to switch to something better.
Do need to find something.
4 pin isn't good either. He might switch it here.
And does.
And he does. Third Tuso gets drawn from Nikuman. So only 2 5-sos left for Wildstar.
Unlikely to find a Dora Sumo now. We do see now Sumagi reach from CK Cos on the 4 pin. Which is for still 2 left in the wall.
Pretty good actually. Oh, just missed.
Nearly timed. Perfect.
4 pin into Frisky's hand.
Now only 1
1
remaining.
versus 2.
Yep. Surely all the 5-sos aren't dead. Well, fairly decent chances one comes out here. No. Last one? No.
Surely.
That's yeah, wow. 2 dead walled 5-sos. But with CK Cos,
And a few Ryukoku.
yeah, a couple of Rikoku here. Going to an East 4, Humble 1 with 2 sticks in the middle. So definitely the opportunity for someone to open up with a cheaper hand and scoop up some easy to pick up points here.
Yeah, no one with a pair of Yakuhai or an easy Tanyao, so
not for now.
this hand might end up lasting a while.
No one is in a real obvious situation to call. Yeah, there's no Yakuhai, no Tanyaos. No one's really even looking for a Sunshoku or anything like that, really.
4 pairs here for Nikuman. I think he was contemplating whether to keep that Haku.
Okay, Frisky's hand is come together a little bit here. You can see the beginnings
with like a
of,
6 pin.
Yeah. A 6 pin would really just sort of bring things together here. CK Cos, 2 Dora. It's just again, everyone's sort of trying to find out where their hands are going to go. Everyone's trying to draw what they need, more or less.
4 pairs for Wild Star as well.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward because everyone's not really able to open, so we're just at the mercy of the wall.
Yeah, CK Cos could have moved towards the Tanyao, but I guess he just doesn't want to drop that 1-pin Dora.
He's kept it since essentially the start of the hand, hoping to find a 2-pin to fill in the shape. This will be the option
Good here.
Yeah.
I personally would like a cheat. Instead, he'll just draw it himself, even better.
So do you drop the Dora now?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Because just dropping a Dora, you get it back with Tanyao. Unless
Exactly,
you get the 9-man, of course. But you with 2,000 2 Ricci 6 in the middle, like you said at the start, you should try and prioritize winning the hand.
Yeah. And now you've got a very clear Tanya. You've got pin through even. Potentially.
Also does not really help unless you want to greed for the E-Paker. But
I feel
once
like,
again, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you just throw it back. Yeah, as you said, this hand has gone on a fair bit. We're nearing the end of the second where everyone is still closed. Only one Ishanten.
Yeah, like Iguaman in the past few draws had to struggle between that line of am I a Cheetoy or am I a normal hand?
Yeah.
But I think with like 2 mana and a 9, so in the past few turns, it looks like a normal hand.
Yeah, that's the. It's an awkward because you do have to end up heavily committing to a Cheetoy if you decide to go that, and it's sort of a generally a no going back sort of situation. So. Yeah,
Actually, I have 3 players in Ishanten right now.
Yeah, Frisky's managed to pick up a 6-pin to fill in one of the Hanchans.
Actually, everyone's in Ishanten. Wildstar's also Cheetoy Ishanten.
So she is, yes.
Oh, but it looks like Nikuman's just basically giving up on this hand. Doesn't like the shapes that he has this late into the hand.
So yeah, we just might see all the Wests come out pretty soon.
Ooh, 5-man is Tenpai for Frisky. E-Paker Tanyao Aka.
Yes.
Dharma on the 6-0, 3 of which are in CK Cos's hand, but still 1 left in the wall.
Yes, 1 left in the wall. Those should be safe. CK Cos is probably looking to ideally use them as a pair and a Rian and a Amensu.
I mean, if he draws the last one, he's actually Tenpai.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I think he just chucks 7, yeah.
And we're going to maybe wind up in Rukoku here once again.
We'll see if Wildstar drops the 3-0, because you dropped it earlier, but...
Nah.
Yeah, I don't want to give the chance for CK Cos to call for Tenpai, which is good.
Yep, and yeah, puts us into Rukoku with only Frisky Tenpai, but CK Cos missing the Tenpai does move us into South Round. Starting here again with Nikuman in front of us, 28,000 points. 2 Arkadora.
Good shapes.
Pretty good shapes. To our right, Frisky, a lot of honored tiles. Obviously, the normal tiles they do have are pretty accepting of most tiles.
Fair South for Wildstar. and decent shapes to build off of.
Yep. An easy open there for Wildstar if she decides to take it. And CK Cos to our left. Shapes are again pretty decent.
Yeah,
But-
pretty generic hand with a Dora. You just hope to
Yeah.
draw your shapes.
Dora and just a couple pairs. Might leave a bit of a question, but yeah, Nikuman's here is quite good.
We'll see if he drops a 9-so and just commits for the Tanyao. Or goes, yeah, and he does. Instead of like just maximizing the efficiency with like a 5 or 8 mon drop.
It gives you the flexibility, yeah, to maybe call like a 6-pin or
Oh, Ishan-10.
could just drop the 7-so here probably.
I
Or
think
you
you should
can
actually
drop
drop
the
the 5 mon
5-mon, yeah.
because you get the 5, 6, 7 Sanshuku chance.
Yeah, I imagined in my mind that was going to come out in Tempai, but yeah, you might as well just drop it now as well. Ah,
Eh,
you don't want
I
that
don't think
anyway.
he's too upset. Yeah. Obviously, it would have been good to just have Riichi Dora too, but
Yeah.
I think you can get to Tempai pretty easily by calling if you need to, so it's not the worst.
So Frisky has ended up drawing the other pair of salves, so now they are Mochi
Oh.
Mochi, and they might end up going Chitoi.
Yeah, good thing.
Go on, sorry.
Now, what was that?
I was gonna say Frisky we had yesterday, and we were told by Unwise that they are staunchly anti-Chitoi.
Ah, yes. So they have to start cutting pairs, obviously.
I was wondering if we might see them choose to
Ah.
open and go for like a Toitoi rush.
Yeah, we'll see. Unfortunately, like the 3-pin, 6-pin 3-sos aren't the best pairs you want to have when you're going for Toy Toy.
Yeah, and this is Tempai for Nikuma now.
A nice Tempai. Waiting on the 3-6, so one of each left in the wall.
One of each, yeah. Unlikely to see Wild Stars come, I imagine. At least
Yeah,
for now.
Chitoy gods just going.
Yeah.
If you hate me, then I'll just give you a pair that you just discarded.
Oh, this is actually.
You could drop the Souths if you, yeah. And she decides to. Still keeping that Ishan-10 for Tanya.
Frisky says thank you, at least for giving them tiles to pass if they want to throw safe stuff.
Yep, and he elects to drop that Chitoy Ishan-10.
1-so was not looking too good here. So, thankfully there. This is getting a little awkward here. If Wildstar decides to push the Chitoi Tempai,
Oh.
it's half Suji, and you think you might be able to get away with it.
And you'd be waiting on Suji. The trap. Riichi Tanya Chitoy. Ah, okay. Is it? Deals in the Riichi Tanya Aka 2. Deal a manga.
Deal a manga, and once again, Nikuma now up to 42,000 points, wakes up again with 2 Akadora.
Yeah, Chitoy is like one of the worst hands you want to have against the Riichi.
Yeah.
Unless you just have a weight that traps someone into dealing into you.
You end up running out of safe tiles very quickly. And sometimes the best option is just to push, because they've got nothing else.
Also, that when you get to Tempai, you have like one of the worst weights.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
Oh, but look at Nikuman here, already Ishan-10. And can upgrade off the 5-so for potential Pinfu as well, if they want to. And 5-man, of course.
Yep. CK Cos as well, very fast hand. Tempai for Nikuman.
Oh, but greeds.
I don't entirely hate that. As you said, obviously we do have a couple tiles you can pick up here to improve the weight pretty substantially, so. Just
9-so was a nice pair to have there, to wait on.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks very odd. You see the 2-man, the 6-pin, then the 2 9-so. It's very strange.
Well, we'll see if that ends up backfiring. Like you said, CK Cos does have a nice hand. It's Ishan-10 at the moment.
The Richie Dora 2 with the 908, as you said, feels pretty decent. You run into those situations where, like we saw earlier, you don't have any save tiles and you just end up throwing terminals and hoping.
Potential like Chanter-ish hand for Wildstar, especially if she can pick up another Dora. We see one of each in Frisky and Wildstar's hand. Speaking of picking up another Dora, Frisky does manage to pick up the other Dora first.
Yep, so Frisky probably looking to use that as a pair. They're gonna get this hand to Tenpai. Could end up going Cheetoy.
Yep, is Ishanten now. Once again, we'll see if they decide to call. Oh, West for CK cards. I think he should just throw that
I think you just throw
out
it back. Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, sooner the better. You're unlikely to use it unless you manage to find more.
Oh, 6-man is
exactly
weird.
Pretty much what Nikiman was hoping to find by rejecting the first Tenpai. So imagine, you probably see the 5-so because it's just still not connected.
Yeah, I was curious to see if they drop like a 9-man and great for Tanya, but that's a bit much.
That'd be an impressive play. Okay, Frisky breaks a pair. Wildstar finds a 9-so to go for that Chanterish looking hand. This hand could quickly wind up with a bunch of Ricci sticks being thrown in.
Like everyone getting Tenpai on the same turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 6 to 8-man drop for CK Cos was weird because they actually went back Shanten. That's Tenpai for Nikuman. Doesn't take the Pinfu weight, instead takes the 5-man 2-pin Shampon. Frisky gets into Tenpai waiting on the Penchan 3-so for Ricci, Ipeiko, Dora 2. Unfortunately, all the 3-sos are dead in people's hands at the moment. The 5-man 2-pin is all live? No, one 2-pin has been cut by Frisky.
And the other 2 are in Nikuman's hand. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's it. Wait, sorry. I was like,
yes.
Sorry. Yeah, it is 3 left in the wall for Nikuman.
Yeah, I guess they really didn't like the 4-7-man weight with 5 of them having been discarded and 1 in his hand. This was a good choice.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, switches to the 1-4-pin and immediately runs Frisky for Ricci, Tanya, Akatu. Takame with Tanya.
Yep.
So it goes up to 57,000 points, almost. And really good for Crimson Wanderers.
Yep, Crimson Wanderers, if they can convert this to a win, should be basically guaranteed for top 4.
Yeah, I believe so.
So, looking poised to do so at the moment, and managing to, at the same time, at least for now, reduce the amount of points each Ricci Fingers has. Which will be important coming to top 4. And Nikiman again, very Tanya-ish looking hand.
Yeah, I think he's keeping the fact that, like, getting first here is basically being in the finals. Usually you wouldn't want to drop that 5-pin with such a nice hand. We'll see if he drops the West here or decides to play a bit conservatively.
Yeah, so Crimson Wanderers, did you have a little bit of an awkward position in which you do have Furitan, Double and Order of the Sparrow who are immediately behind you, and now with this point situation, you might see them start to build those expensive hands. And yeah, as you said, Nikima might try to play a little bit safer and, avoid deal-ins, and you start to see that very defensive play. And keeping of honor tiles and not reaching and stuff like that.
Yeah, we can see here, dropping the 3 on the 7-1 and keeping that east and north. Elsewhere, Frisky has 2 Dora and a completed Mensu, a couple Rianmans.
Yep.
Wildstar also with an Arca, but a few Hanchans as well. There's actually 2 Shanten, so not too bad.
Yeah, we'll probably end up on a Kanchan weight as things stand right now.
Okay, cause dropping that Arca 5, so instead trying to hedge towards a Chanta, Sanshoku, maybe.
Yep, on the table. So that is
Oh, nice 2-pin.
2-pin. I was gonna say that kills the Sanshoku, but no, you got the East pair, so definitely not. And Frisky as well, yeah. With 2 Dora, is trying to at least build a hand here which will get them back positive.
Oh, 2-man next for CK Colors. Put them in the Ishan 10 for that Chanta Sanshoku. Unfortunately for them, 3 of the Wanzos have already been discarded.
I might end up regretting not calling that one that was dropped by Wildstar a few turns ago. You know, it reduces the value of the hand, but
Yeah.
I guess if you do end up reaching on the 2-free the 2-free Rianman weight, you know, it's not that bad if you find the Forcer.
I think if you just consider the overall picture as well, you sort of want more than just 2,000 points. When Nikuman's the dealer, there's a good chance to make up that, I don't know, 19k gap between the two of them. Instead, Frisky did manage to get Tenpai, winning on the 5-8 man, did pick up an Anko of the Dora, so Ricci Dora 3, and 8 man gets immediately drawn by CK Cause, so has to put a stop to their hand.
Nikuman also hit Tenpai, shoved the free pin. Not that I think they had much else in the options of safety regardless.
Yep, shoved the 5-pin as well.
Yeah, did end up opening, you know, with the Tanya guarantee Tenpai, and then immediately got faced with the Ricci here from Frisky. So
I guess the good thing about that is giving Frisky points isn't the worst thing. It is still kind of bad because those points will carry on to the finals if they do make the top 4. So you'd prefer not to lose too many points if you can avoid it.
Yep. And now Nikuman has dismantled their Tenpai. Faced with picking up that Dora draw, just
Yeah, and like anything from 3 to 9 Sozu does not look safe at all.
No, absolutely not. So yeah, Nikuman dismantled their Tenpai. CK Cause dismantled their hand. Doesn't matter. Frisky has sumoed the 5-man.
Chisume Dora 3.
Ura 2.
Ura 2.
Because it's your fingers naturally. Yeah, Hanuman puts him back positive. Puts him into third,
Actually,
technically.
third, yeah, I know, right?
So we go into South 2. So yeah, Frisky as a dealer with Itchy Richy Fingers. Nothing really to do other than avoid 4th. So I imagine we'll just see them play fairly standard.
Nah, they're going for that second and then first.
It is Frisky and Itchy Richy Fingers. It would not surprise me.
Wildstar already Ishan 10 with an Aka. Better Ishan 10 now. Zananko chance.
Yep. Would be a good find for Wildstar here. Furitan double reach in 4th. Obviously, right now in 3rd. In this Hanchan, would make things dicey going to the last Hanchan. You'd prefer not to have to worry about other placements and just hold your destiny in your own hands. So, a Richie Sananko hand here would be go a good way to at least trying to settle the position a little bit. No. If you'd thrown away your 5-man, 4-mans, you could have been going for Suwanko. No.
Oh.
Yeah. No, not one realistically is going to be doing that.
It's pretty bad here for Wildstar, seeing the other two 1 pins already being discarded.
Mm. CK Guz's hand as well, speaking of Suanko's.
Oh, Sarnako.
Yeah, Sananko for now. 2 Ankos already, 2 other pairs.
I was gonna, I was gonna say that Teresa was all live until Frisky drew one of them.
Yeah, the Easts are also dead.
Oh, the East are dead.
So.
Yeah, I think this might just be a Ricci, yeah, with the Takumi Dora.
Yep. 2-5. So wait, is Scary Live 6 in the wall?
Yep, with Naka as well. So 4 of the 6 weights is an additional harm.
And with these Ankos, if you do hit an Uradora.
Unfortunately, that 3-man blocks the 4-man.
Yes. There is one. No, there is none left. The other one is in Nikuman's pile, so.
Yeah, Wildstar was thinking about keeping Ishanten, but thought better of it, cutting away the Norths.
Norths will go here. You can maybe justify the 2-pin later as well.
Yeah, Newgateman's hand is pretty doomed.
Yeah. 2 live dragons is, yeah. Until they get cleared, they will stay in Nikuman's hand. Especially with the 2-so and the 5-so.
Yeah. Wildstar is... Yeah, could have kept... Actually, is Ishanten. Could ski on the 4-7 man.
Mm-hmm.
Tenpai. 3-man Kanchan is dead.
Yep. And
5-man is one chance, but it's the Aka.
I feel like you can't. Okay, well, yeah, we will do go.
I take it. Oh, and it's just a -1000 because CK Conscious Simmers, Richie Simmer, Dora.
So, does move the dealership on. So Frisky did not get a chance to regain all their points on their own dealership.
Yeah, pretty good win there for CK Cos. Now only 10k behind Nikuman with his dealership still remaining.
Yes. And yeah, we do see Wildstar here with the Hatsu pair, which is called trimming down these shapes, trying to keep the honor tiles to maybe find their way into a Honitsu, maybe, but probably not. Speaking of calls as well, CK calls with the pair of South here.
Double South.
Double South call and open. Maybe make use of the 1-man Dora.
Speaking of calls, Nikuman also has the West.
The West. West
on.
Akadora, pretty good shapes. It's not really the draw you want to see, but what are you gonna do about it?
Not much for Frisky here.
Yeah.
The other players are going to be much faster than his hand, which can't really open.
No, this hand is definitely the slowest of the bunch. We'll have to see if the other players can't fill their shapes, but I mean that's gonna start. That's a start for CK Cos, finding the 7-pin. Yeah, I imagine Frisky will be a participant. They are getting closer.
Ishan 10 for CK Cos after that double south pawn.
Yeah,
With a Dora as well.
I'll start also Ishan 10.
Yep. Shouldn't paired up for Frisky.
Gives them options here now. They can call Chun when it comes. These players will pretty much be pushing whatever comes because their blocks are more or less set. 7 months.
Oh, what a 7-man draw for Nikuman. Tempo under 3-6 pin. For West, Aka.
4 left in the wall.
CK Cos not conning.
Boo, boo.
I wouldn't have really hated it.
Yeah, I mean...
going for that first place, like getting an extra Dora as well as the Fu is quite nice.
So Tenpai here for CK Cos now on the Freeman. 2 left in the wall. 3-6 pin for Nikuman. Boltstar still Ishan 10.
No,
Frisky.
Kenshi now for Tenpai and probably will. Don't see why not.
Yeah, there's no reason not to here. 5-8, so
5-8, so
is
4 left.
4 left.
Oh, when Chun gets drawn by Nikuman and not going to throw it. It doesn't really matter since Wildstar does sumo the 5, so
Alright, and that's the start to the comeback.
yeah, now she wakes up with Dora 3 and decent shapes.
Yep, Dora free. The 1-man Dora, obviously the 1-man's 9's typical. The ones at 9's typically kind of hard to use, but if you wake up with a pair of them, it's a different story.
Oh my god, but CK Cos and Nikuman also with also really nice shapes.
CK cards starting with an Anko, a pair, and there's good Realman shapes to work with. And Nikuman, yeah. Again, this, as you said, good shapes like
Ishanten.
North can easily come here. We have noticed, we did see, as you said, Nikuman with their first dealership was sort of playing a little bit more conservatively, and they've more or less gone back to standard play now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with CK Cos only less than 10,000 points behind them.
Yeah, and CK Cos also Ishanten. Unfortunately, picked up the 1 so lost that Tanyao. 6-pin Pon for Wildstar, probably going to be a Toy Toy.
Toy Toy is the most obvious choice.
Tanyao upgrade for Nikuman can now call the 2-man or the 3-pin. Another pair for Wildstar, which is good for her. Now has enough pairs to finish up that Toy Toy.
A little awkward. Some of them, the 5-pin and the 1-man obviously will be the sticking points here.
Yep, that 1-man probably going to come out from Frisky, calling that 2-3-4, so probably has to be a Tanyao hand at this point.
Yeah.
Might just see the 1-man here, and there's the Pon for Wildstar. Ishanten for Toy Toy Dora 4. 18,000 points would be really good for 310 double Riichi. Oh, but that's Tenpai for Nikuman and gets the Tanyao and Pinfu.
Frisky in a lot of danger here now. Yep.
Oh, yep. Yeah, Wildstar couldn't even hope to pawn that 5-pin because it just get ruined.
Yeah. I feel like maybe Frisky had thrown it, seeing it was safe to Wildstar also. It was Genbutsu. Yeah. You know. That's how it goes. And we're into Urasu. CK Cos 12,000 exactly behind Nikuman here. But Nikuman has broken up with a very fast hand.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate for CK Cos because he does have quite a nice hand. But already Ishanten for Nikuman. Haku also gets pawned by Frisky. Also Ishanten, Roundman.
Yeah, Frisky. Hakudora 1. Is it not quite enough to sumo to overtake third, sorry?
Sumo is 2,500, which wouldn't be enough.
No.
You need to hope for someone else to reach you. Or a direct hit.
Yeah. Trying to figure out if they want to accept this 1-pin. I don't think you really do.
Don't think so. The best thing you can hope for right now is maybe get the Arca 5-pin.
Okay. Wildstar might be able to shift here to a Tanyao. Nikuman's found Tenpai on the 2-pin, which has come out. And that will be that. Should only for Nikuman, but does seal the win. 52,000 point victory for Crimson Wonders. CK Cos and Order the Sparrow in second for 39,000 points. Wildstar, Puritan Double Reach in third, and Frisky for each figures in fourth. So yeah, that will obviously shuffle things around. The points I think will be updated momentarily. Since
we probably won't have enough time for an interview. Maybe
we have
afterwards. Because we will need to log the points and then also get the seedings done for the last Hanchan.
Yes, yeah. So we'll have to hold off an interview, I think. Unfortunately for CK Cos? No, for Nukamon. And yeah, actually, as we just saw in Discord here, Crimson Wanderers have overtaken Tanya Sensation. And that Tanya Sensation has been second for a long part of his tournament, so that is something of note.
The good news for Tanya Sensation is even with that -90, because they had such a large buffer over the cutoff, they're still pretty much safely
Yeah, no,
in
for sure. Yeah.
the top 4, barring a 4th and then like a 1st from 310 Double Ricci or Order of the Sparrow, which might actually not be the most unlikely, since Order of the Sparrow is on the same table as Tanya Sensation, unless we haven't logged in the last scores. Now we have.
Yeah. Grills and Tall Dreaming, big 109-point swing for Tall Dreaming, who were in 7th, have moved them up to 4th. Yeah, and as you said, a big -90 from Tanya Sensation to go with that as well. Has shrunk the gap towards the top of the standings. A second from Ishkanada and a third from Urasan to round out that other match. And yeah, so we are seating at the last table here. We will be watching the table with 1st, 4th, 5th, and 8th positions. So at this stage, it will be Ichiruchi Fingers, Tall Dreaming, Puritan, Double Reach, and Urasan, but better. We are still probably sticking with that. Yes, I think so.
Honestly, we could watch either table, but we will stick with this 4th and 5th because Order of the Sparrow and Oishiknaro will be playing on the other table. If either of them get a 1st, they could also sneak into 4th place, depending on how the results of the table we're watching goes.
Yeah. So I will quickly go and update our overlay, which I normally do in the breaks, but here we are. Yeah. Again, that's what we're saying. We're definitely poised for an interesting last Hanchan. Pretty much, yeah. As you said, it's depending on how exactly it winds up. Apart from Urasan, no one's particularly out of it. I keep losing my Photoshop page.
Nah, Veggie, what we gotta do is we gotta set up the twin table setup and then just dual commentary both the tables.
Oh god, that would be an absolute mess.
I should try that one time. No, I shouldn't try that one time.
What, commentate 2 games at once? Yeah, no.
What a disaster.
Okay.
So it looks like we're just giving a few minutes for all the teams to calculate the points they need relative to all the other teams. So can just take like a 7-minute break or something.
We'll take like a 6 to 7 minute break. We'll be back around about more or less 5, 6, 7 past the hour. So we'll be back shortly. Alrighty, we're back. The games have all gotten underway here. So we will be underway for the games themselves in about 2.5 minutes. So we will be jumping in here again on this first Hanchan with Ichi Fingers, Tao Dreaming, Furyton Double Reach and Urasan. Watching essentially the fight here for 4th and 5th. As things stand right now, or the fight between the teams that are currently in 4th and 5th to be more precise. As things stand, cutoff sits at 134 points. Puritan Double Reach, the team who are in 5th, 35 points behind, so obviously first is more than enough. But depending on how other games go, it's going to be very interesting to see who comes out on top. It's not impossible for, say, Tall Dreaming or Crimson Wanderers to drop out of top 4 if there's, big point swings. I'm just gonna pause the music there.
Now, I was just thinking if there was a chance that even if Double Reachy gets a first, that Order of the Sparrow can overtake them. But I think Tile Dreaming would drop out.
Yeah,
they can both go through.
Yeah, just because of the way that the tables are set.
Yeah.
And that should be everything correct, please. Thank you. Yes, sir. Perfect. Alrighty. So this should be. I've lost my overlay. There we go. So yeah. Starting with Tile Dreaming and ending with Furyton Double Reach is pretty much more or less how you'd like things to be set up. You get the opportunity to set up a lead early, being in the east one or the east seat, and then for Axel and Furyton Double Reach, you get the opportunity to just sort of run the score up. If you end up in that position where that's what you need to do. So positional play once again coming into quite importance on how things might end up at the end of this Hanchan. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate for Rariel in that 8th seat.
It's having Axel in the north seat is a bit awkward. But yeah, you just win. It's not that hard.
Just win.
That being said, Axel starting hand here, lots of honor tiles. Pair of south, pair of west, neither of which are their seats.
It's actually not as good as it looks at all.
Yeah, it looks really nice, but that being said, Rariel, Tudora.
Yeah, picking up Paradora. Oh, and now has 5 blocks in the Sozu, so could pretty easily move into a Chinetsu Dora 2 at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here we go. Imagine Churin. It's not impossible. Order 1 social on the wall. Axel.
Chin head up for Axel.
No.
This is awkward. Oh, he actually goes for it. He is not content with the Ricci Dora 2.
I love to see that. That's some real, take it by the throat. Yes!
Oh!
Churin?
Okay, but looking at the other players' hands, Unwise Owl is Tushan 10. Oh, but actually dropped the 1 pin going for Tanyao instead, so not actually Tushan 10. And Babanada, 1 Dora, 4-man Anko.
4-man Anko.
Is Ishan 10.
Yeah,
Tuzo dropped.
I think you just take this.
Surely you just take this. 10 pound and 1-7, so.
Churin would be wonderful, but I think you take Ichinitsu Dora 2. Potentially Dora 3. That being said.
That's Tenpai.
Tenpai
for Babanada.
Yeah.
Hanchan 2-pin. Unfortunately, all the rest of the 2-pins are in Unwise Owl hand. So gotta maybe hope for a 5-pin draw that makes the 2-pin Suji.
Yeah, and Varial's not folding for anything here.
Oh, 2-pin Suji.
2-pin is now Suji.
3-1 so is left in the wall. 7 would be a dealer buy, man.
Yeah.
Does not elect to Chi for a better weight. Would also have to drop the Dora.
You will see the 1-pin or 5 pins is definitely safe, but one so.
That's 1-1, so.
Yep. That's great. Now you just need to draw all the 7s.
Ooh, popping. I mean, Unwise are actually out of safe tiles, so we might actually see that 2-pin. 8 is also Suji, so it goes for that instead.
That's Tempai.
Ah.
I can't imagine you. Oh, now it does come.
Yeah.
Needing points, I suppose. Feeling a little bit of pressure, but we'll deal into the Hanuman here.
Oh, that's really bad into Burial.
Yeah, that is very bad news for Fear and Overreach. Taking it direct to Hanuman in East 1. But yeah, perfect for Burial.
Burial. Waking up with double Tondora 1.
Tao Dreaming, getting the flow they needed. Axel?
Yeah.
Maybe having the flow they need, but it might end up being just a little bit too slow. You're going to pawn this.
Yeah. Does have a Mangan at least.
Yeah, but you can't take this, and that's going to feel bad. Because now you see 2 Haku. Show Sangan, still on the table. Sangen. We'll obviously keep it open. 2 cut.
Probably
Haku.
will take it if he gets it, like the 9-man pawn.
Yeah. You don't need that.
Well, if you cheat, it is Tempai for a Mangan, but that's Tempai for Ariel, waiting on the 2-pin Tunky for that double ton Dora 1.
2-pin is a fairly cheeky weight.
Ishan 10 for Bapanada. Tempai again for Axel.
Does end up taking it. Doesn't matter. Rarels just sumo the 2-pin double ton. Dora 1, as you say, 8,000.
Yeah,
100 points for the Humber. Yeah. But Axel keeps finding these hands with heavy on the honor wins.
Hey, does get the chin pawn. Unfortunately, South and North is probably going to come out from Bapanada pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So not enough time for Axel to pair them up.
No, that's more or less how you'd expect it to go. But Rariel, full steam again here, finding the 8-pin to fill in the Kanchan.
Yeah, drops the Penchan. Hoping to connect on that 4, so maybe with the Dora.
Mm-hmm.
West Pond by Axel. Looks nice, but would just be Chun Chanta at the best.
Yeah.
Or instead just commits for that Honitsu.
I don't hate that play. You're trying to find some value. I think you can check that. I guess you're worried about missing your pair, but
I think you have a lot of honors you can hope to pair up. I think you're a bit far away.
You're just allowing, you're allowing people to catch up here, and then you're going to be stuck with this hand.
Yeah.
There's the 4-man for Ariel.
Ishan 10.
Unwise Owl also been building up this hand. It's still a bit away. Has a Penchan and a...
Technically Tempai for Ariel. Doesn't take it.
No. Bit of an awkward tempo,
nice
that one.
Also draw there for Bapanada. Probably just the 3-man.
3-man feels...
Roundman,
Yeah.
Ishanten with the Arca usage if you can get the 6-pin.
You get Tempai.
Oh, and there's the upgrade for Ariel.
That is not Tempai, yeah, you're right, but it is a big upgrade.
That's Senpai.
There.
And upgrades. With Tanya.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to reach you. Instead, Babanada does get that 6-pin, which lets him use the Arca 5-pin for Riichi Pinfu Dora 3. I'm surprised Rail's not reaching because he did throw the dangerous 6-pin.
Yeah, I feel like if you're going to throw it, you might as well forever stick with it, right?
Yeah, like no one's going to throw a 3-6-0 other than the person and like Riichi. But doesn't matter because Babanada does actually want the 3-6-0.
Yep.
And Simo is the Hanuman.
Simo Pinfo, Dora Arca 2, guaranteed Hanuman.
Quite the expensive game we have here. Axel already down to 1,100 points in these two.
Yeah, players have definitely come out throwing haymakers. Bapanada, Urasamba better, playing for pride at this point. Again, it's with this format, it's technically not over until the last Hanchan is played. But yeah, no reason not to come out and play your best game.
Yeah, Hatsu Pon from Rariel. Just Hatsu only at the moment. Onwise Al Ishanten Kutsuki on the 3-pin 4-man with a Dora.
Rariel's, yeah, you've been blessed here with some nice hands. You know, to go into your do or die situation. Onwise Al Tempai and the 4-pin, but no Yaku.
Yeah, awkward Tempai. Can't even get the Itsu now without going for return. So he might just take the 6-pin Riichi. It's Riichi Dora 1. Usually you just take those. But still Dharmas.
Yeah, I guess really wanting the Itsu, but yeah, as you said, you're just probably going to wind up Puritan.
Yep. 4 pairs for Rariel. So it could transition to a Toy. 5 pairs for Bapanada, Ishanten for Chi-Toy.
Yeah, as we see, the Toy push has come. From Rariel's perspective, at least they're all still alive. And here we are, Tempai, 9-pin 2-man, which is 2 on the wall, but there's a Simodora.
Simodora.
Ajal retains the dealership and goes again. And wakes up with I thought that might have been double reach for a second, but not quite. Rariel waking up with Anka of their own wind. Arco waking up with Honitsu, maybe, but probably not.
Probably not. Better hope for like Tanya, Pinfu, Dora,
yeah,
something.
And 3-pin is a Dora. Everyone other than Unwise Owl will be making use of him. In fact, yeah, Unwise Owl having already thrown one.
Ishanten upgrades now. And Axel did call that 8-pin, going for that Tanya Dora 1.
Tanya Dora 1, yeah, a bit too many pairs as the hand stood immediately.
Oh, Tempai?
Yep. Imagine you take this.
I think you just have to take it. You're not going to make Toy or something with the 2, 3, 4-pin.
No. So yeah. 5-pin 7, so is 3 left. Including the Arca 5-pin. So Tanya Dora 1. And yeah, Unwise Owl, despite that starting hand, can't manage to find a Tempai. 5-man is unfortunate, but that's how things go. Rariel as well now with a bunch of pairs. Chi-Toy Ishanten.
Oh, that's not Tempai for Babanada. Also 5 pairs. Upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's 3 7-pins discarded, so you might just keep the champ on, which he does.
Yeah, 3 7 pins discarded, and it opens up to 1 pin, which you don't really want to see ever.
No, you can just chuck the 2-pin and take the 4 7-pin. Wait.
I guess so.
Probably a 4-pin here from Barpanada. Keeps a Mentsu Ishan-10 as well. Pawned by Rariel is still Ishan-10 with that North Anko.
Yeah, so Rariel commits to the Toy Toy. I mean, it worked last time. Well, it was going to work last time.
Otherwise, Al still not getting Tenpai.
That will do it. Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Wazal. Again, not that Ichiichi Fingers needs the points, but that starting hand had so much potential, and it just couldn't find it, and wasn't really given the option to fully open. Takes us to East 3, Bapanada and Urasamba better. Pretty decent starting hand, but yeah, Axel with the South is able to open. Fears in double reach, just trying to get back points. Needs to climb out the hole at some point.
Yeah, but they will definitely need to rely on their 2 dealerships.
Yeah.
Oh, Tenpai for Bapanada reaching on the 7, so Kanchan. It's just Ricci only. But as a dealer,
Holds a
just
little
want
bit
to
of
get his
weight.
hand over with.
Yeah.
Unfortunately missed out on that pin 2 upgrade, but don't think you can really wait for that.
No. You might just end up drawing nothing but wins for like 6 draws.
Axel just shoving their hand for Tenpai with that 6-man drop.
Yeah, it's an unenviable position Axel's in. You might as well go for broke. East is obviously completely live. And Aura. So you don't really want to drop it. That is Ishan 10 for Rariel as well for a Chitoy.
Can't imagine them pushing this too much, but they do shove the 8-man. Will be bad if they get the 6-0, but 6-0 is actually dead to other players. Freeman gets shoved.
Yeah, Fremon. It was Suji. Actually, I think it was safe because of no, it wasn't quite safe. Was it? I can't tell if Alex's Fremon was Gambutsu.
Don't remember actually.
Yeah. So I remember when.
Tenpai for Axel, but would have to drop the live ton.
Yeah, and Axel, so far has shown a complete unwillingness to drop this, so I can't imagine they'll do it until it's cleared by Daruchi.
And that's gonna deal him.
Yep.
No deals into Ricci only.
Ricci only. That feels bad because you're like, oh, I'll keep the dangerous East and I'll throw the 7 zone, and that deals in. You're like, oh, yeah, of course. Anyhow,
I think normally when you're this behind and you need like first, you can't just shove everything because you sort of have to balance it where you gotta pick the battles that have a good chance of winning and will make a difference. Like even if you win that hand, it's like 3,000. It's not his dealership or anything.
No. Yeah, it's very challenging. As you said. Like this hand, for example, obviously you don't need to open for Axel. He's Shan 10 already.
Hoping for that 7-pin for Pinfu. But Barbanada also has quite a nice Tanya hand coming along. Ipeko chant as well.
Yeah. Not terrible odds if Bapanada to Ricci again soon. And Unwise Owl as well. Hand has potential. Now it has even more potential.
Ishan 10.
There's a 7-pin.
Oh, yep. Nice draw for Axel. Does get the pin through, so Ricci pin through Dora 1 on the 1-4, so 4 left in the wall.
Ipatsumo.
Oh, and a Patsumas.
Yeah,
That's really good.
Ipatsumo pin through Dora.
Dora would be massive. Unfortunately, doesn't get it.
Alright, does return them back to 8,000 points, which is bad, but a lot better than negative points, which is where the Ricci put them. But
does need to try and get a few more points in this first dealership that they have.
Yeah.
Does have a nice, 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku potential coming along. But Rariel with a pair of Chuns and 2 completed Mensu and 2 Aka.
Yeah. That Dora might slow them down a little bit.
I think they'll just throw it out.
Imagine
if
you would. If you find Tenpai, you just toss it. Yeah.
Could also even draw into Itsu and use that Dora.
7-pin. Bapanada is not called. Yeah, and Bapanada obviously already opened up with the Haku. With the one Akadora they have. Isn't too far off a Tenpai of their own. Now Axel offered Vidora.
That 9-man's a trap. It's not actually useful at all, but he elects to keep it. Had the Tanyao confirmed with the 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku chance. But
Yeah,
Dora's
maybe
too juicy.
Yeah, the Dora maybe not liking the 2 Hanchans they need to fill. But yeah, you lose the Tanyao. Speaking of good draws.
Oh, Chun 7s though, and both the Chuns alive.
Yeah, so both twins being live here.
6-man if you just want to be safe, or 9-man as well.
Yeah, I would like the 4-pin spig. We'd have to try
Yeah,
and
I
pass
am.
that.
I imagine both Barbanana and Arthur will throw the chin if they draw it.
I can't imagine why you wouldn't. Like, you obviously see it's live, but for Rariel has an uncoach, or it's in someone else's hand who's waiting to open.
Well, technically a Tenpai for Unwise Owl, but not the one he wanted.
Yeah.
Doesn't take it. Tenpai for Barbanada.
Who does
On
take
4-man. Oh. Keeps it for the Itsu. Oh, but now Unwise Owl does get the Tenpai that he wants, waiting on the 4-7, so for Richu Pin Fudora 1. 2-man draw for Arthur is Tenpai with the Itsu. Does have to shove a 5-man, but here is where I say that you just have to shove it.
And does 5-pin. No, 7-pin, sorry.
7-pin. I would just reach you.
I would just reach you too.
6-pin. You can switch to a 4-pin 6-pin if you're worried about the 6-pin dealing in.
8-pin is safe.
Yeah.
Probably.
Fortunately, 4-pin 6-pin is dead.
7-pin.
Yeah. Happens.
It does.
Ah.
That's going to be dealing in.
Deals and Unwise Owls, Richi Pin Fedora, or a 2 because Richie Fingers.
Yep. That's Richie Fingers things. Brings Unwise Owl right back into the match. Knocks Bapanada down a fair bit.
Not that it really matters. For...
Biggest issue is it took away Axel's first dealership.
Yeah, definitely. Rarial second dealership here is still first by just over 10k with 3 Dora. Nice 4-pin draw there.
Yep.
Puts him into Ishan 10. Can shift towards a Tanyao maybe, but instead just gets Tenpai. Can't imagine him not taking this.
It is reachy, this surely. Yeah.
Yeah.
The draws are just amazing. Yeah, and you got Unwise Owl here, who was also steadily building a very fast hand. Now it's forced to further north.
Yeah, we'll see what the other players do. Not much to go on a turn 4 Ricci.
Yeah.
Might be bad for Axel with a loose 7-man in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they draw like a 7-pin or something. Can see them shoving. That 9-man might save them for a while.
The hand itself, I feel like it has enough value that you do risk throwing. Yeah, and like you said, the early Ricci doesn't really give you much options. Chidor Aka 2 is another Mangan. Direct hit from Tile Dreaming to Axel. You couldn't draw this up any better if if it was scripted, really. For Tile Dreaming, that it's able to just hit their direct rival twice.
SBT saying the early deal-ins is playing on his mind. That was a solid Ricci.
Yeah, 100%. You've got the stress of playing in a tournament match on its own. With the, if you feel like, even if your team doesn't mind if you lose the match, it is just a game after all. But you have that stress of the expectation, and it causes you to maybe play not as you typically would.
Yeah. Now the good thing about Ricci is you can just
turn your brain
take
off.
your hands off the mouse and just blame RNG if you don't win.
Yeah.
But Rariel up to 51,500. Again is Ishan 10. Hoping to pick up that Pinfu and does. Waiting on the 1-4-man. Insta Ricci. 1-man is loose in Axel's hand and it might actually just come out of the Apatsu, honestly.
Yeah, it's the Axel's hand is.
Oh.
The Hatsu would have been
The Hatsu was 2-cut, yeah. Deals into Ricci Put's Pinfu.
Oh, that's so. Oh man, this starting hand.
We're all just racking up points and look at this.
I was just seeing the high pie come in. I was like, this looks amazing.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. So, is Tushan 10 needs a pair, I guess?
Yeah. Pair is the big question mark right now. Axel did wake up with the Chun. We'll hold on to the Dragons, at least for now.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
and then just back up on it too, I guess.
Yeah. Elsewhere. Unwise Owl, fairly standard looking hand. Looking to just fill a couple other blocks to really figure out where the hand goes. Papanada.
Knight 7 so draw for Papanada, Dora plus filling that Kanchan, but 6-pin draw for Rariel puts him into Rianmin, Ishan 10.
Papanada now up to Ishan 10 also.
Yeah, Kutsuki on the 5-man 7-pin. More Manzu here for Axel. Unfortunately, 9-mans have already been cut by the other players. Nice Tenpai here for Papanada. We'll see if they take the 2-5-man or the 5-6 pin.
Goes with the 2-5-man.
2-5-man.
Maybe not too happy to cut Manzu into Axel here.
Yeah, I think normally with the other person going Manzu or Nitsu, you prefer the Pinzu weight, but this weight does at least give you the guaranteed 50 fu on the run.
Sure, yeah.
That's Tanya upgrade for Rariel.
Yeah, Ishan 10 for Rariel still here. Tenpai now.
Oh,
Tenpai is a hard card, but not for Rariel, who's obviously noticed the flow is with them today. 4-7 mana.
Tanya Pinchu Dora.
Yeah.
Surprised they didn't just rip the Ricci and grab more points.
Axel is Hanchans still here? Not now.
Oh. He's safe with the
Yeah.
1-man.
With the 1-man.
3-pin is kind of scary. But shows it.
Alright, so a lot of overlapping weights here. 2 5-man for Bapanada, 3-man for Axel, and 4 7-man for Ariel. So the whole middle Manzu is just danger, basically.
Yeah. Doing a quick count. It's 1 2-man left. 2 3-mans. No 5-mans.
No 5-mans and 3 7-man?
Oh no, just one more 3-man. Oh, that's a lot of 7-mans, yeah. So Ariel should win this, but they're all dead walled
They're all
because
dead
of
walled
Rikaku.
because, of course, yeah. Rikaku. Ariel says, my dealership is... How did Ariel not...
I win.
With that high pie.
It's alright,
Anyway.
he has another high pie south, Yaku High and Honetsu.
Yeah, just naturally. When the flow's with you, it's true. Like it just keeps going, doesn't it?
Oh, well, Bapanada with the West Pond does have a North pair and an Anko with a 3, so it's probably go for like some sort of Toy Honetsu.
Yeah, I was looking at Bapanada's hand here at the start and was wondering if you do open, and yeah, she chooses to.
Just does not care about the Dora.
Dora slows the hand down.
Oh, just get another Dora.
And Dora Axel with 2 would be
Yeah, nice set of
hoping-
draws.
Yeah.
The 8-man and the 6-man. Ipeko chance. Hatsu gets paired up by Rariel, and in the meantime, Bapanada also anchored up there north.
Yep. Tempai.
Oh, but Tempai for Rariel for 5,800 plus 1,900.
It doesn't
Oh,
even really
and-
look like a Honitsu.
Axel deals in.
Yeah. Non-Honitsu.
Feel like I just saw this a while ago.
Yeah. Axel down to 15,000 points now. It's an 80,000 point gap between the two teams.
It's more like 160,000 or something if you consider the Uma.
Yeah. Once you take Uma into account, it just becomes very bleak.
Okay, Rariel does not have that good of a hand this time. Did manage to draw an Aka 5-man, which is nice for him. Okay, and Anko's up the west. That was one cut.
Yeah. I guess if anything, the hand's a little bit on the slower side. You need to. The next couple draws will really determine if it ends up speeding up a fair bit, compared to maybe Bapanada's hand or even Anwei Zhao's hand. Axel can also open with the Chun.
Yeah, don't pay attention to the fact that Rariel is a Shanten or anything.
Yeah, it's just drawn. Yeah, exactly what you need. It's nothing.
Should drop one of the pairs here with one of each cut. You don't really want to end up on the Champon. Yeah, he does that.
Dora again. Just slows down the hand. Not needed.
It's also draw is
Shanten.
Ishan 10. Will they pawn for... Okay, I guess you sort of have to. Your hand's not really getting that much better, but you're not
Feels
too
bad.
happy with that.
Yeah, I'll take my 1,000 point win. Feels terrible.
That 7-pin is loose in Rariel's hand. And in
Yeah.
Bapanada's hand as well. So,
Decent chance. Okay, Bapanada saved.
yeah. Oh, he might switch. Oh, okay.
Saved.
8-pin, 2-pin is 2 tiles left.
It's a pretty acceptable shift, I think, because, yeah. Just feels a lot better waiting on 2 different tiles instead of 1. unbeknownst.
Ariel still not getting Tenpai.
Yeah, guess the flow has to slow down at some point. Never mind.
Tenpai on a 369, sir.
You just jam it because, yeah, you're the dealer.
Ricci, Dora 1. 1.
2, 3.
Actually, only just 1 9 so left.
Yep. There it is.
It's drawn by Barpanada. Doesn't drop it.
Yeah, save for the fact that Sozin looks very suspicious to Ariel's pull. You know, the 2 8-man drops alone, just sort of, you'd probably rule out Manzu.
Still 2 tiles left for Axel, but doesn't get it.
Unfortunate. Does keep the tempo.
It's actually probably better for Axel. Got 1,500 points instead and gets another hand.
Yeah.
They can hopefully get a hand.
In the end, it does maybe feel better. So what have we got here? So Rariel's got the Hatsu pair, obviously. Otherwise, Aldo, this hand looks very fast.
Yep, is Ishanten Ryanman. Also Barpanada's. Yeah.
Imagine this will be where we see Rariel's dealership come to an end.
Yeah, you just had to go and say that.
I'm thinking as I'm saying it, I'm like, I shouldn't be saying this. This is bad news, but yeah. Barpanada, now Ishanten.
Yeah, needs a pair.
So 2 Ishantens on the table. Axel's been slimming down all the honor tiles they started with. There is the pair.
Well, it's an upgrade for Barpanada. I think you normally want to drop a 6-0 here. He does. You have to get the 2, 3, 4 Sanshoku chance.
Tenpai.
Oh, and on the 258 man. Oh, that's not good.
That's very dangerous.
I think that's coming out. I think your hand is too wide, unless you want to drop a 6-pin. But yeah, deals into the Ricci parts of Tanyao of Unwise Owl.
Okay, so Unwise Owl, Ichi Fingers. Now 34,000 points behind first. In a comfortable second right now, at least. 18,000 points ahead of third.
Yeah, I don't think they're too upset at all about how the Hanchan's going. Like, all the hands that Rero won has mostly just been Rons, so Unwise Owl didn't really lose anything and not much he could have done. It's not like he made a mistake where he dealt in.
No. This hand speeding quickly towards a Chun Honitsu. Yeah. This hand, this Hanchan's more or less gone. Like, it was pretty hard for it to go wrong for Ichi Fingers, but yeah. It's exactly sort of where you want to be. At least if you're not winning, you're just maintaining the points.
Well, West gets Anko from Axel. I was wondering if he was going to drop the 9-man or like hedge a Hanetsu, which looks like what he's going to do with that 8 6-pin drop.
At the very least, yeah, keeping the idea open. Maybe if you draw a 4 or 6, so nah, you just go, I think.
8-man was not cheated by Unwise Owl. I guess just sees the hand as, pairing up the South or White Dragon and being Tenpai, like right now.
Yep. Waiting on the 3-man, which is all taken for now.
Oh, and Tenpai for Axel waiting on the 2-5-man.
Correct.
Oh, and the 3-man just comes out and deals into Unwise Owl.
Yep. Bapanada, the payer there.
Ishanten.
Yeah, Ishanten. And yeah, kind of an unfortunate situation between a Ricci and a Honitsu. So now Unwise Owl only 26,000 points behind, 25.9. Wakes up with another pretty fast hand. They choose they can even call to open this one as well for the Satanyao Nami, but it's unlikely to be anything more. If you do open, that is.
9 pin.
Not now.
Yeah.
But Rariel, Itsu chances.
Yep. Hatsudora, no. Oh wait, development discarded.
Yes.
Let's see.
Hatsu's came up pretty early, and yeah, everyone sort of followed suit. Not wanting to hold on to the Hatsu single tiles, trying to pair up or find the anchor. Just toss them for efficiency. 7-so was passed by Rariel, so not happy to open for Jester.
Now he's thinking about the second one.
Still no.
It's not the worst chi because even though you can't win on the 3-so, you do see 3 of them. So you can be pretty safe that you get the 6-so.
6-os are still 2 left in the wall right now.
Yeah, unfortunately the 2 other 7-sos are in Arpanada's hand.
So yeah. Pretty unlikely to be an Itsu win here for Rariel. Might just end up being a, as it stands, Richi Pinfu only.
Ishan 10
Oh,
for
not even Pinfu.
Unwise Owl. Managed to switch that 9 pin out for a 6 pin. And upgrades the Ishan 10 here.
Yep, Unwise Owl doing their best to try and reel in Rariel. Imagine we will see a Chi 10 if it's offered.
It's getting pretty late, only like 2 turns left for everyone. That is Tenpai for Rariel. Does not reach. Waiting on the 3-6, so 1 of each left.
Unwise
One of
also
the 6.
finding their Tenpai on the 5-8. And
Oh, and that's
Bapanada, yeah.
Tenpai for Bapanada on the Hanchan 8-so, which is dead on the board.
Looks to be... That's not Tenpai, so... 3 Tenpais.
Yeah.
Axel somehow managing to find the triple payment here. Despite already being a last. That feels terrible. Is Compensated waking up with South Tudora? And what seems to be a pretty obvious Honitsu play. Maybe not. Rariel, lots of pairs. 6-so Anko. Unwise Owl has the Arkadora. 4-pin Anko. Again, there's pretty good shapes to work with as well.
Bapanada also with an Arca.
Yes.
Ooh, 3-man anchored. Puts Rariel into Ishan 10. Will Axel pawn this Haku? He will. Takes the 5-8 Mon Tenpai, but gives Rariel Tenpai waiting on the 5-8 pin. 5-8 pin, 5 left in the wall.
It's pretty live. End of first row.
Classic. Richipatsu Dora. So another 3 harm 40 hand into from Axel to Rariel.
Ay.
Ay.
This is
It's like, stop it, he's already dead.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just witnessing something horrible. Bapanada with their last dealership of the round. Yeah, unfortunately, this will spell the end for Urasan unless they're able to turn this 7k, 8k into
79k. 7.9k into 79k. Yeah, more than that.
Yeah, it's yeah. So unfortunate, but making the top 8 is obviously no easy feat either. So been a good season.
They are Ishan 10, but just Ricci only. Meanwhile, Rariel building a nice Tanyao.
Yep.
Yeah. See a 4-pin Chi from Unwise Owl going for that Honitsu or Chinitsu.
Tempai. No.
No, not yet. He gets paired up, except the second North just got discarded by Arxel. Ooh, 5, so.
Free pin.
We'll get pawn.
Be taken, yeah, because your North's probably going to be your pair.
Yeah.
As long as you're paying attention to the board.
Kutsuki on the 4-7 pin. Babanada getting more pairs. Still keeping his Ishan 10, but also 2 Shan 10 away from Suanka.
Yeah.
That is Tempai.
And you will take that.
Yeah, just Ricci, Aka waiting on the 1-man 5 pin. Both the 1-man still in the wall.
Neither of the 5 pins.
That is Tempai for Unwise Owl, waiting on the 5-8 pin. So 2 8 pins left. So 2 versus 2. 9-man gets shoved.
It's going to be hard to find, I think, something for Unwise Out of Fold here because, I mean, look at the gap to third. And look at the point situation, Ricci fingers, you might as well just try. That is
Tempai for real.
There's the 1-man. And it does
and
come out.
deals in.
Ricci Aka.
Ricci Aka. No.
Well, Arxel... No, this isn't. That was a repeat. I thought that was all last for some reason. Yeah, Bapanada, we go again. Rariel's hand. This looks like... yeah.
It looks good,
I was
but
gonna
it's
say,
actually not that good.
Yeah, I was going to say, this looks like, all obvious you can go on Honitsu, and then I see the 4-man come out.
This is just a Kokushi attempt.
Yeah, you might as well.
Oh, Chinitsu, Honitsu.
You can throw...
Okay.
You could throw a pair, like... It would kill your Honitsu, but... Yeah. Just played normally.
Yeah, the bad thing here is that one of the hearts is a door indicator.
So you're relying on the other one to come out.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, just straight drop that Aka 5, sir. And Bapanada Ishan 10 with 1 Aka again.
Yeah, Tusa would be a nice find. Probably just...
Could maybe shift towards the Tanya if they get a Forcer.
Yeah. So like the 9-pin, you're pretty unlikely to use it. But... I didn't even notice Unwise pushing this Honitsu.
Yeah. Last South is in Rariel's hand.
Yeah.
Oh, pairs up the West as well. 1 cut. Okay, Bapanada managed to pick up an 8, so instead, so can still go for that Tanya now. Good pawn for Tempai here.
Dan does.
Does.
Yep. So on the
Also
fourth,
Kanchan.
3 left. And west-south wait for Unwise, which is 1 left.
Well, it's in Rariel's hand.
Yeah. Did I say Rariel?
No, you said 1 left.
Oh, yeah, it's in Rariel's hand. The north and
the south might come out before the Chen since
because it's 1
Dora.
cut and it's
Like
Dora.
now.
Yeah. does deal in. Non-Honitsu. And now we're in our last.
Now that actually spells the end of
Urusama,
Veda's
yeah.
tournament.
And Axel
Oh,
wakes
look
up
at
with
this nice hand.
Honitsu. Yeah, that's the flow. This is
See, this would be
Ishanten.
good. Except you also need to win the next hand and the hand after that. And maybe the hand after that.
Yeah.
But this is a good start.
Ishanten for Honitsu Chitoi.
I think you might just pawn all of these
Yeah,
and
you just
for
go.
like...
You just go. Yeah. Yeah, don't mess around with Chitoi. Especially with Ruriel here with a very obvious Tanyao hand. Naturally.
Bapanada actually also Ishanten.
Yeah, pretty nice Ishanten.
With Wandora,
Tenpai.
Tenpai.
Richie 6-0 here.
Richie, yeah.
Yep.
5-8 Mon is 5 left in the wall.
So it comes
7-0
out.
cut from Axel was a bit weird since 9-0 was safe. Oh, but gets the 5-0 chi. Aka 5-0.
Where's Tatsu?
Not that it... Oh wait, did it change much? 1, 2, 3. Yes, if they went on the west, it's still also a Mangan. So 4 versus 5.
I'm just like enraptured by watching this hand. I don't know why.
Surely it won't go to Ryukyoku.
Oh, no. Surely not. There's so many live tiles. We've got Ruriel pushing. Oh,
okay. There we go.
There we go. Tanitsu Dora.
Alright, that's the deal on manga.
Direct hit on Bapanada is nice in the fact it brings you closer, but it doesn't matter. You need to hit tile dreaming.
Yeah, you probably want a Sumo or a direct hit run somehow.
It's if you're let's say for argument's sake that Axel manages to get back to second, you're still looking at like big losses from the teams above you. It's just not enough. You just need to go for first here, which means
yeah. It really is being above Ruriel.
Yep. You know, it's not that the Hawks already had a chance. You know, the Hanuman direct hit is one like, yikes.
Well, he's slowly getting there. Can shift his hands toward the Tanya. The good thing for Axel here is that the Chuns are stuck in Ruriel and Anwaizawa's hand.
Yeah. Being Mochi here should slow that down a little bit. Bapanada edging towards a Junchan Sanshoku, perhaps.
Nice Akafaiman draw for Axel.
Yep. Burial now to Shanten. Okay, so we'll just probably end up being Junchan, I imagine, for Bapanada here.
And Tenpai on the 8-pin, which is
loose.
Somewhat loose.
So Axel needs a 7-pin find.
Yeah. That's Ishanten for Ruriel as well. Oh,
okay.
but Bapanada pawns the 1-man, changes the 9-pin Tanki, which is dead. Unless Ruriel cuts it. But with with that second 1-pin discarded by Anwaizao, if he's going to cut a pair, he'll cut the 1-pin instead.
Yep.
Oh, Axel did chi the 7-pin, waiting on the 3-6 pin.
Yeah, 2 left.
Yeah.
Wait, is it? Hold on. Yeah. No.
No. 3 left?
3 left. Yeah.
3 left.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. I was saying there's a possibility Ruriel's safe here because
Yeah.
But I mean that'll do it. Okay, another win for Axel here. double south. Sorry, just single south. Two souths. Double south, but not double south. The hand is fine. It says finding the first discard's a bit tricky here. There's nothing really obvious. 9-pin comes. Rarial's hand as well, fairly quick. If you can fill the Hanchans. Unwise as well. Some pretty nice ships to work with, Rionmans and so on and so forth. Bapanada's is again looks nice, but again looks like Juncheon. So could be slowed down. And Rarial is dropping the Dora here. Trying to speed things up a little bit, is now
Ishan 10. Yeah.
Is now not Tempai.
Not Tempai. Take 5 so drop. It's the highest. Yeah, wants to keep that Tanyao.
Not looking too hot for Axel here. The hand started okay, but without the south, it's not really being unlocked. You don't really want to call because the south will probably end up being a Yaku if you do open. Unless you want to cut both of them and go for a Daniel.
Otherwise, Al's hand's developing really nicely.
Yeah. And that's 10 pi, assuming.
Yeah, probably on the 5/8, so. Oh, sorry, that's 258 pin. I thought that was 147 pin. Yeah, take the 258 pin. 1, 2,
1 left.
4 left.
No, is it 4? Why am I counting things like that? Yeah, no, you're right. I'm like counting as it is. Yeah, anyway. Like there's only 2 of each for some reason. Luckily, Axel made out with their 8-pin just before the 10-5 was reached. So.
Yeah, why don't we just play Mahjong where there's only 2 of each tile?
That sounds terrible. Yeah, it's probably
delete a whole set from the game.
Hey, I've seen this one before. $5-man. It's again. If you call, you're hoping to find the south, and that feels pretty bad for your last. What is your last dealership?
Yeah, it might be too late where you have to do it.
It's Tempai, technically.
Yeah, and does take it on the 7/8 pin. 1 left.
That will be that.
Just kills.
Tanya Akatu for Rarial, putting a cap on a very nice Hanchan. Tile dreaming of 2 big firsts tonight. Unwise Owl maintaining the second for Ichi Fingers, Bapanada for Urasana third, and Axel ending up in 4th for Furious Double Rich. And that will bring an end to the top 8. We will try to see if Rarial wants to come in for an interview. The other game has been finished as well. So we can see here. Yeah, well.
No, we spoiled it.
Did we spoil it?
No, I mean we could have had the interview first.
Yeah, I guess so.
We spoiled it for the viewers.
I'm gonna scroll down. See, I mean, I didn't show the standings, did I? I don't think I did.
I don't know. Maybe.
But we did see who won the other game. So. Hello.
Hey, Rarial.
Hello.
I forgot. Is this your first time joining us?
For this season, yes.
Yeah, I think we tried to have you in another time, but you were busy.
Yeah, I'm not actually home on Saturdays.
Well, anyways, how was this last game of the top 8?
After the first hand, everything's a blur. I just remember the 18k at the start. And
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Then it's just trying to survive after that.
Yeah, it was like more than 18k since you basically got the direct hit against your competitor. So
Yeah, that was great. That's why I was really excited. I was like, the one guy needed to hit.
Mm. It was
yeah,
a great start for you, obviously. Pretty much made things more or less comfortable for the rest of the Hanjan. You just had to really try and manage that gap, and it just sort of everything fell into your place. It seemed like.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know what to say, honestly.
Yeah, no.
well, how else did you like think about the rest of the Hanchan? You said it was a blur, but did you just sort of play normally just for points? Because there wasn't really much of a chance for Furutan Double Rishi to catch back, or did you just still want to play it kind of safe and keep that first place?
In the back of my mind, I was thinking, well, I've got them on like more or less like under wraps, but I don't know how the other game's going, so I still wanted points. But I was the whole time, I was absolutely terrified of just dealing into like some random Jinitsu to them again.
Yeah, I
So
think the players are building quite big hands this Hanchan. I think after your 18k, there was a Hanuman Sumo. Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
but
thank-
yeah, I
yeah,
guess
sorry.
regardless that if any of the other two players Sumos, it doesn't matter too much against your fight with Furitan Double Richi.
Yeah, pretty much. I think oh no, never mind, sorry. Lost my train of thought. Again, like I'm really
Yeah.
really out
It's
of
a
it.
blur. It's a
It's
blur.
a huge blur to me, sorry.
Had you guys gone through it beforehand? You sort of knew, like, well, yeah. Again, you don't know how the other game's going to go, but did you have an idea of sort of what point you might be trying to reach to maybe at least give yourself some guarantee of safety?
For myself, my goal was to get at least second and in front of Furuton. Otherwise, like we'd have almost no chance if we hit negative, assuming one of the other teams got like, big firsts or something.
Yeah.
Aside from that, no, I just didn't want to lose too many points. That's it, really. Because Gwills did a huge game ahead of us, like catapulted us back into the game. Or the tournament, I should say.
Yeah. We saw that the 90-point swing.
Yeah, I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, so I mean that obviously made things a bit easier for you going into this game. If you'd only got like say a second or even like a smaller first, and you sort of know, oh, I have to win, and then I also have to try and get 50, 60k points. Whereas here, again, as you said, you're more worried about getting at least second and then making sure you're above Puritan. I guess it helps in that sort of manner. That
Yeah,
yeah.
you could say that.
It was a very long game. Your South One dealership definitely.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
That went to South 1-5 with 2 Rikokus, but yeah.
I went to 5? Okay.
Yeah.
So again, I don't
Yeah, I think you
remember
just
much.
kept bopping Axel with like 3 hand dealer hands. Like, look at all this 5,800.
You hit Axel for 12k,
12.
5.8, and 5.8.
Oh, yes, that's right, yeah.
And even like the Rikokus, like this one here, this Hypai was this that you started with, that was this nutty. And somehow you didn't manage to win with this, and you still met to Rikoku, and it just kept going and going and going, and it felt like it just felt like you were blessed by the tiles more or less.
Oh, pretty much. This was pretty much our night for the team.
Yeah.
And not much else to talk about.
I mean,
this game.
you just sort of steamrolled your way to a victory. It was a really
Yeah,
impressive.
more or less.
Hanchon.
Like the hands were just given to me, more or less. Or at least that's what it felt like half the time.
It feels silly again, but your flow was just good. Like you just had good luck, and you managed to convert the hands you needed to convert. It's pretty nice again. The 18k early on as well, the Chinitsu. I guess for something to ask, did you ever consider?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Did you ever consider the Churin in his very first hand?
Wait, Churin? I had a Churin on the first hand?
You had three. You had 3 9-so and 2 1-so, and the other 2 1-so was still live.
I only saw the Chinitsu. I didn't see the Chirin.
Uh,
Not enough dreams.
I didn't dream enough. Sorry.
oh
No,
no,
but
it's
yeah,
alright, yeah.
actually, I was just reminded of something in this hand. If we go back to when the 2-pin was dropped, you were actually Ishan turn if you wanted to just have Dora 2.
Oh yeah, no, I saw. I remember that. No, no, I wanted points.
But you need to.
I wanted as
Okay,
many points as I could get.
Yeah.
that's
And
fair.
even when they reached it, I was like, no, I'm not. I'm never folding this. I'm going.
Yeah, no, I never mentioned that in the stream. I was like, you're just gonna push everything. Like,
I mean, once you're 10 by here with a Hanuman, Baiman dealer chance, don't think you're ever folding.
No.
no, 100% not. And I forget exactly
No,
what
this is the
happened
one
there.
that Axel deals in. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was just trying to remember why, but yeah. Yeah. Actually, this one serve was 0 chance. That's really unfortunate for Axel.
That's live.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't think there's too much else.
No.
If we actually looked at the standings,
I'll understand.
you were in pretty safe hands. I think regardless of how your games went, mostly because of how what happened on the other table, there wasn't actually another team to really upset you.
Oh, was it? Okay. I should go look at that later.
Yeah. So you had a 40-point gap down to 6. And a like 55k gap down to 7th. So it wasn't obviously like a sure win gap, but it was fairly comfortable.
Oh wow, yeah, I see that now. Wow. Okay, there was a lot less pressure than I thought.
Well, obviously,
Well, obviously with how that
once
came
you're
out.
above 310, double reachy, then it was all smooth sailing, regardless of how the rest of the Hanchan went. But that's obviously hindsight.
Yes, obviously.
But yeah, with this, at least with the points that you've got after we have the points, everyone will be like against Ichirichi fingers.
Yep.
800 points. Oh no.
But even then, you'll be pretty close to second.
Yeah.
And considering only first and second get prizes, that is good that you managed to pick up these almost 200 points in these last 2 Hanchans.
Yeah.
Living the dream. Well, hopefully we can push for first this time. Don't get a second place again.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll be back for 8 Hanchans in these final 2 weeks.
Yeah, so we'll hope to see you back up here at some point.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Right, thanks for the game, Muriel.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
All right, and yeah, so with that, we have our top 4 decided: Ichi Fingers, Crimson Wanderers, Tile Dreaming, and Tanya Sensation. So we say thank you to Oishkanare, Moi Moikyun, Heart, Order the Sparrow, Puritan Double Reach, and Urasamba Better. Again, I mean, as I mentioned in the game, it was a really well fought season. Even getting to the top 8 was a pretty tough task. So, yeah, well played to make it here. And thanks to all the players from the teams who played for our team league once again. Yeah, this tournament, each year we hold it, it gets bigger and bigger. So it's always a pleasure to have you guys join us. We hope to see you back again next season. As long as we're holding it next season, I imagine there's no reason why we shouldn't. But obviously we'll see. And yeah, and for those guys who are no longer playing into the finals, obviously remember we do have the individuals tournament at the end of the season as well. So keep a lookout for that if you did end up making that. Other than that, we'll be back next week. Same time, Saturday, for the first set of games. Same time, and then that goes over the next 2 weeks. So we didn't take a break, but we do halve the points.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And yeah, that's everything from me, I believe. Is there anything you want
Nothing
to
else
add?
for me?
No.
Ended up, could have been a more exciting final game, but we'll take the big hands that we got.
yeah, no, thanks to you guys in chat. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I hope you enjoyed the games. Yeah, we'll be back next week, as I said. So we'll hope to see you then.